Hello, in this video I'm going to go over a situational set that you might want to make sure you farm and get in your sticker book so that you have the option of trying this out in certain situations. I think this could be a very powerful set depending on which fights you're in. So let's get into it. So this is a PvP set. I know that's kind of odd, but sometimes there are PvP sets that are very good for PvE. For example, Deadly Strike is really good for DPS. Um, Blessings of Potentates can be good if you work that in on the back bar kind of thing for a reduction in ultimate cost. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about a newer set that drops in the Rewards of the Worthy right now. Currently, we are in update 46, and it is August of 2025, and this is the set that I'm going to talk about in this video. This is Arkay's Charity. So how this works is whenever you cleanse a negative effect from yourself or an ally, you restore 13 ultimate to the target. And this can be done once every 9 seconds per target. So that's really an important and a powerful tool tip there to make sure that you're looking at is when something says per target, that means that's going to be able to be procced on everybody in your group as long as you meet the condition. You want to try and stay away from sets that say this can happen one time every so many seconds, because you can usually only proc that on one person unless it's an AoE ability of some kind. But this is per target, and it restores 13 every 9 seconds. If you can keep that up, it's going to be very powerful. And why do I say that? Well, recently they nerfed one of the staple healer sets that was giving everybody ultimate, the Pillager's Prophet. In its current state right now, this only gives 2% of your ultimate spent. So this means if you spend 500 ultimate, the most you can give your team is 50 ultimate every 45 seconds. It used to be 100 ultimate. Now it's 50. So let's take a look at how this other set stacks up against the current state of Pillager's Prophet, for example. If you're going to have somebody asking for an SPC Pillagers, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me anymore. You can only get 50 ultimate every 45 seconds. That's not a whole lot, and quite frankly, I think it's probably more beneficial to run something else. However, this one right here, so if you take 45 divided by 9, it equals 5. So you can proc this 5 times in 45 seconds. So I'm trying to make an apples to apples comparison here with what you can do with Pillagers versus this. So if you can get this procced 5 times in 45 seconds, that means that this set will give you, your group 65 ultimate instead of 50. So this is better than Pillagers. The key to this is if you can keep the uptime up. And so there's only a certain amount of fights that this is probably going to be good in. And that's why I'm calling it a situational set, because it's just not going to be great unless you can cleanse an effect on somebody. So how I like to do this usually when I'm going through fights is I like to go through the trials fights to see what kind of cleanses are there. There's probably some cleansing opportunity in Sanctum Ophidia with all the poison. Maybe not as much as some fights, but like for example, the first fight in Halls of Fabrication, where you're interrupting the robots and stuff around the edge. Those are poisoning your group, and healers tend to run Purge. So that's what I'm trying to highlight here. Pretty much whenever your healer is going to run Purge, that's when you want to try and plug this set in to see if you can grant your group some ultimate. Another one, obviously, is the Yandir the Butcher fight out of Kyne's Aegis. There's a lot of purging going on with that, with the poison totems. Um, Possibly even the first boss in Rockgrove with the frogs and all that. You might have a healer run Purge there. Um, I suppose you might use it in some of the fights out of Dreadsail. There is some poison in that trial. But that's basically any fight that you're going to run Purge on. You want to try and maybe plug this set in to see if it can give your group a benefit that they would otherwise be lacking now that Pillager's Prophet has been gutted. So this drops from Rewards of the Worthy. I've found quite a few pieces on traders for very, very cheap. I actually just bought my last 2 pieces today, and it totaled less than 4,500 gold for both of those pieces together. So you could probably find them really cheap. If you're dead set against running, or I should say, trying to buy something on traders, go into Cyrodiil and then just try and get some rewards of the worthy coffers. Those are easy to get. All you have to do is earn 20,000 AP. With the Midyear Mayhem on right now, that's real easy to get. Anytime there's a double AP event, going to be real easy to get rewards of the worthy coffers. You'll have gear in there. This is one of the sets that's dropping from there right now. And honestly, it should be really easy to get on traders because usually the rewards of the worthy sets are pretty cheap. I would recommend running this on your jewelry and your back bar because you can only proc this once every 9 seconds. So just put it on your back bar with Purge, and then whenever you cleanse with the Purge skill, that should proc the set, and you should be able to get ultimate to your team and yourself. If you purge something off of yourself, then that'll give yourself ultimate as well. But make sure you have your Purge leveled up all the way so it doesn't cost 8,000 magicka. I've got magicka reduction glyphs and I'm a Breton, so this is quite a bit cheaper than when it is not leveled up all the way. Make sure you pick the Efficient Purge morph. That makes it a lot cheaper. And it hits in a pretty big area. It's 18-meter radius, so not a real great visual effect on that skill, but I'll just put it on here real quick and cast it. You can see the wave of light go out. But yeah, give this set a try. Farm it down so that you can use it in situations when you may try it out and see how it works. I think it'll work really well in certain fights, and especially with the Wizard Wardrobe add-on, you can probably set up your fights that have the Purge skill slotted and set up your gears where that automatically changes on. But give it a try. Thanks for watching. Check out my channel for all my other stuff. I've got my playlists, as I've said before. If you go on my channel and go down into my playlists and check out my content, I've got it separated by subject so that it's easy to find what you're looking for by subject. If you're looking for DPS stuff, I've got that. Tanks, healers stuff, trials, team stuff, PvP, all kinds of stuff. Check out my playlists and see if there's anything there that you like. Thanks for watching. Bye.